In this story, we find out knowledge can sometimes be a curse. This story begins with two friends, Makita and Risa, walking back to Risa's house. Apparently, Makita found Risa walking around the streets aimlessly, suffering from severe amnesia. After getting checked by a doctor, it's concluded that her amnesia was brought upon by intense mental shock. What exactly that shock was, we don't know at this point. Later that night, Risa can't fall asleep and she actually hallucinates that a giant caterpillar is crawling into her room. Hoping to God she's not crazy, she tries to take her mind off of it by hanging out with Makita at his house the next day. Here we actually learn that Makita and Risa were planning to get married before she lost her memory. Their talk gets interrupted though by Makita's creepy dad, who crawls out of his room on the floor. You see, Makita's dad's been extremely sick lately, so he can't walk right now, but before he crawls back into his room, he tells Risa that he can't wait until she joins the family. After a couple days pass, Makita surprisingly barges into Risa's house and tells her that his dad's sickness is taking a turn for the worse. Makita rushes Risa to his dad's room, and inside, they find Makita's dad wearing the heads of his ancestors. Apparently all these heads are still alive, and the current person that wears the line gains all of the knowledge of his ancestors. You can only keep this giant source of knowledge though if the line continues. Makita turns to Risa and states this is exactly why we must bear a child. Absolutely horrified, Risa runs away. Before Makita can catch her though, his head starts hurting and apparently he can tell that his dad just passed away. Risa follows Makita into the room and finds out that Makita now bears the knowledge. In the most horrifying scene in the story, Makita begins to chase Risa down the hallway. Sadly though, Risa's mind can't take it and once again passes out from severe shock. And as Makita slowly crawls towards her, his ancestors begin to whisper that the family will once again be safe for another generation.